Hello everyone, my name is Uriel Mesa and I'm with KTSLiveCoaching.com, and I wanted to talk about Gay Hendricks' book, The Big Leap. Every so often I come across a book that just knocks my socks off, and this is one that I've talked about many times, and I want to go just a little bit further into some of the hidden barriers that he talks about in his book. But before I do that, I wanted to ask you to please subscribe, like, and share my video because this is how I build my community and I'm here for you. So anyway, here we go. So he said he has, in his book, he has 4 hidden barriers that he identifies. And one of them is, number 1, the feeling that I am fundamentally flawed somehow. This one is interesting because the work that I'm doing now, if I would have started this 20 years ago, there is no way that I would have been able to do this. Not because I could not do it, it's just because my mindset or the way I identified myself to be, and that is that I was unintelligent. I was not smart enough. There's no way I could do something like this. Now, of course, after many, many years of trial and error, not in the coaching world, but just other things. Quick background, I went through a real tough time in my life, and then I felt to myself that if I could survive and thrive from the experience that I had, I can do most anything. So the feelings that I am fundamentally, oh my gosh, fundamentally flawed somehow is pretty much gone. If anything, I look at the ways that I am capable of achieving the things that I want to do. Clearly, you can see that I'm not the best speaker, but I don't care because to me, it is more important for me to get this information out to the people who watch my videos than for me to try to feel that I am not capable of doing this. So I might not be the most polished speaker, but I'm still in front of this video or this phone right now, and I'm willing to give it my best shot. So anyway, this is what I do. So hidden barrier number 2, that I am somehow being disloyal to those around me, to my tribe, to my past, even to friends and family members. I've seen this one firsthand as well. In fact, I believe that I've experienced this back when I first started college 100 years ago. And I do remember I never left home for college because the college was literally right up the street from where I lived. But I do remember running into friends several months later after I started, and I realized that I felt different. I even felt as though I was carrying myself in a different way. The thing that was interesting was I was triggering to some of my friends. A lot of them, they were trying to diminish me because I went to college or was going to college. And they would try to talk down to me. And I realized that I was not the same person that I was. But I did experience a lot of guilt because I felt as somehow growing up in an all Hispanic neighborhood that most people just went to work right out of high school. And here I thought, or at least they probably thought, that I was somehow better than they were because I chose a different path. I chose to try to go to college. And again, there was that trigger that I felt that, am I trying too hard to try to be better than what I was before? According to the people in my environment, yes, you were, and you're being disloyal. And that was my mindset back then, that I'm somehow being disloyal to the people around me. So I knew that I had to move out, and I did eventually move away from my neighborhood. And my environment changed. The people that I surrounded with myself changed. I felt very comfortable being in college, going to college, being around other people who were going to college that had the same interests that I did, and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, sometimes if you want to try to get over that feeling of guilt because you're feeling that you're being disloyal to your past, your friends, your family members, you might have to change your environment. And that's what I did, and it seemed to work really well. Okay. The other one is the belief that the more success, the more problems, the more headaches, the more you're going to have to take on, and you will probably become overwhelmed at some point. That one is one that I was experiencing just the last few years, because it seemed like as my business grew, I had way more headaches than I anticipated. There was way more stress than I thought I could possibly handle. Ironically, things have gotten significantly better. And when I say that, I'm not talking that I have less people wanting me to sign up for one-on-one coaching. If anything, it has just become normal for people to get a hold of me and just say, hey, do you have anything on this day or this time or whatever? And just to have like a barrage of questions and me having to meet with them and talk to them and stuff, and to find out if this is an ideal client for me. That used to be overwhelming to me because there were so many. Now I still have about the same amount of people that reach out to me, but it just becomes a day in the life. It's not a big deal anymore. At the beginning, because it was so new, yes, it was a big deal to me, but it isn't anymore. And so sometimes you have to change your mindset around that. And if this is something that you're passionate about, this is part of what you have to go through. So it doesn't mean that the more successful you become, the more headaches you're going to have. It just means that things are changing. And as a human being, you have to just roll with the changes. And that's all. And this is how I am now. So I am a lot less stressed than I was when I first started this. And I've been at this, I don't even know, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. I've lost count, to be honest. And but it's been the last 2, 3 years. It's probably been the most stressful. But now things are starting to even out because, again, changing my mindset, changing the way I see things. And it's amazing how when you reevaluate what you have in front of you, as far as like your 3D or your environment, things actually are not so bad. Because to me, it is a luxury problem to be a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of business that I have coming my way. So anyway, that's number 3. So number 4 is the fear that if I allow myself to shine, I will outshine those around me. I have seen this with some friends of mine, that you'll have parents and family members that seem to have a level of success that they are accustomed to. But you have that one family member that just knocks it out of the park. They're not even the same. They don't seem to be like even related to the people that they're related to, because the things that they do is so much. I don't want to say anything bad about people's family members, but it makes the stuff that their family members do seem so elementary compared to what this one family member is doing that is absolutely extraordinary. They are multi-6 figures. Some of them are actually pushing 8 figures or 7 figures, millions, I guess. And but yet you have, these are people that come from families that may be making between $55,000 to $75,000 a year annually. Did I say that? Yes, annually. And then you have the one family member, usually somebody that I'm friends with, that makes $400,000 to $600,000 a year, which is amazing. So these are the 4 hidden barriers that hold us back. So again, I'm going to reiterate them, and I have my cheat sheet behind my phone here. Is the feelings that I am fundamentally flawed. It is, number 2, I am being disloyal, or I am abandoning my tribe, my past, or my family and friends. Number 3, I believe that success brings more problems and more headaches than I could possibly handle. And number 4, the fear that if I outshine those around me, I said this wrong. Number 4, the fear that if I shine too bright, I will outshine those around me. So from Gay Hendricks' book, Don't know if you can see this, probably not. The Big Leap, I'll read it to you. It's The Big Leap from Gay Hendricks. Check it out. It's been one of the best books I've read. I've probably read this book probably going on 8 or 9 times, and I absolutely love it. So anyway, again, my name is Uriel Mesa, and I'm with KTSLifeCoaching.com, and as always, it is a pleasure being here for you. Thank you.